Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Saif's vlog. And we had a good week. We started a 85% training max week. He ended up getting 8 on squats and bench, and then 7 on his deadlifts. Although he did say, this squats were like the hardest set of squats I've ever done. Of course, I reminded him he's using the safety bar, and keeping in that context, he keeps telling me he wants to use the safety bar until he can get 200 kg for 5 reps. And, as I've reminded him, then, it's going to be hard. Doing rep work on the safety squat bar is very difficult. You will run out of breath, So hopefully, I get him there soon enough so I can get him over to using a straight bar more so we can see where his squat really is. Because he does notice when he does assistance work. I prefer using the term assistance instead of back off. I think it's the more appropriate terminology here. That when he gets to the assistance work, it definitely feels so much lighter. So our squatting right now, we tend to do his safety bar, and I have him do other bars for the 10s afterwards. It's pretty much what we do. Then we do belt squats. We do belt squats, and then we do rows. And because he trains 3 days a week, we pretty much do squat bench deadlift day, right? His job pretty much puts him in a situation to where training 3 days a week is all we can do. His maintenance calories are like 4,000, right? Even when he wants to lose weight, I mean, we've lost weight for a while. He was cutting for a little while on 4,000 calories. Now that's more or less stabilized, but it's a guy who's still eating 4,000 calories a day. His job is physically demanding, and we've more or less concluded that rowing and all of that doesn't cause his bicep inflammation. It seems to be almost exclusively from his work. It seems to be from his job, which again puts us in a situation to where we can only train so much. So what we end up doing is we try to go for about 10 to 12 quality sets on overall movement patterns and muscle groups a week. Something in that range. Some of them get a little bit more. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of overlap on certain things. So it's pretty much what we try to do for him at the moment. And then afterwards, he does some seal rows on his lower day. Bench day, he does notice a little bit of bicep inflammation, but we're noticing it now only with the straight bar. And when he uses some of the specialty bars, it's not there. So we may be going over to, using those for just a phase, right? Because his strength tends to stay there. It's not going to matter. I can have you bench with a football bar for a while, and your bench strength is going to stay. In fact, it'll probably go up if you get stronger. And in his case, it's been just continual progress. That's the other thing that comes up too. People are like, he's carrying a lot of muscle. He's at a heavier body weight. He's pretty strong, and yet you don't have him listed as an advanced lifter. And it's like, well, look how quickly we progress. Every single training block, he gets stronger, almost without fail, unless we were dealing with some bicep pain on the benching. But now, even that's manageable, and he's right back to making progress again. He's right back to making progress. Keeping in mind that 8 rep set, we're past 2 plates aside. So he's doing good there. He's doing really good. And I believe, I want to say that safety bar squat was 162 kg for 8. I mean, these are definitely, for most people, not intermediate numbers anymore. But look how quickly he progresses. Look at how long he's been training. He has less than 2 years of consistent training. And we make measurable progress every single training block. Which is, we run him at about 4-week training cycles. Which again, I don't like to always do that type of programming, but he likes it. He's doesn't want to run conjugate, so this is what we do. We run more or less the 3-day orc mode type training. I think that's what I called it. All right, so his benching days, we do 2 different types of benching, 2 different types of pressing. We do some band press downs, and sometimes we do some extra back work. So I don't think we got everything on footage. Yeah, we didn't get the plate raises this week on camera, but we got the band press down, so I'm happy with that. But, it's the same thing for the triceps. We ended up doing, about 10 sets of pressing, and then we do 5 sets for triceps. and we do 5 sets for the front delts. And I think that puts us in a good situation for him. Deadlifts, we got 7 reps. Got 7 reps. And we're past 4 plates aside there at this point. I believe that should have been, so I'm going to calculate, around 180 kg. Around 180 kg, and he got 7 reps. You know, we're in a good place. And keeping in mind, he only started deadlifting, you know, less than 6 months ago. Right? He started doing conventional deadlifts less than 6 months ago. And as I've told him before, I'd like to take him over eventually to conjugate when he feels he's ready. And I think we can test both deadlift styles and see where he's strongest. And now I want him doing good mornings because he gets so beat up due to his job. I've told him, look, we've got to quit doing just all the high volume on deadlifts. Let's replace that with good mornings for assistance. And because, again, he gets a lot of hamstring pain and tightness, we're going to just test these against slings. So we're doing them from a dead stop. And we're just going to build up his strength there. Now, in this case, you guys notice he gets pretty far forward. I'd like him to work on pushing those hips back further because that bar is getting up past the foot. And what happens is that becomes problematic when it starts getting too close to your body weight. And it's just a balance issue, not a strength at that point. But again, if we push our hips further back, it shifts the whole center of gravity. So ideally, that's what I'd like to see. That's what I'd like to see. So what is his supplemental work then for the deadlifting? Well, we don't have glute ham raises. We don't have leg curls. We don't have any of that equipment at the moment. So everything is hinging. But between good mornings and back extensions, it works. We can build a hell of a deadlift, right? Because there's still serious hip hinge movements. And we have 2 different ones in here. Right, 2 different movements of a similar movement pattern. It's going to give us all the hypertrophy we need there. So we're doing the good mornings. We do 45-degree weighted hypers. Of course, he does his band curls on this day, you know, which I think is overall good for his bicep tendon health. And then, of course, we finish up with more rowing. And he got the seal row set up, so we use it, right? Since he's got the setup to do it, we make serious use of it. We might as well, right? We use the equipment that we have. And then after the band curls here, we finish up with those. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.